Baptist Church of Jamaica Plain. So this is the logo and mission statement of this church. This church was founded in 1842.
Wow.
So 10 years after American Baptist Mission Societies in Jamaica Plain, and they have been a pastor with us, a partner with us in grants since 2020, though we have had partnerships with them before. What's interesting, I know Daryn. Daryn knows this church very well, as do others. Many know Reverend Slayer, and I met her in 2018 during one of the Aligned Action Network gatherings that we held at First Baptist Church of Worcester. And we just were in conversation there, and she was sharing about the work that she was doing. We met again in 2019 during the Mission Summit in Virginia Beach, and talking and listening then. 2020 came, had a conversation to just check on her and see how things were going during COVID. And she was telling me there about how they were turning their sanctuary into a food pantry. That they removed, their church became more of a multicultural space, and that it became a hub for the community for serving people during the years of COVID. The first grant that they received was in response to COVID in 2020, and then successively, because of the partnership that we continue to nurture with them, they offered us outstanding reports. We featured Reverend Slayer during the American Baptist Mission Society's offering during the virtual 2021 Mission Summit, and just have continued to appreciate her leadership, gifts, commitments. And what I think of when I think of a mission partner, when I think of the way that they were doing the work, and like you were saying, Abigail, about Bethel Haitian Church, that the relationship preceded the grant. And it was as a result of the relationship that we identified that there was an opportunity for a grant. This church, this leader, has a commitment to multiculturalism. She expresses gratitude for existing interfaith relationships. Ashley has been pastoring First Baptist since 2003. In 2005, the church had a fire that she stewarded them through. She is a significant advocate for freedom, free Palestine, for Palestinian liberation. She, alongside of others, have traveled several times to Gaza, even during this time of high crisis, of significant crisis. She returned recently from a trip in the winter. She was there in the late fall, and a significant commitment and advocacy for being as a welcoming and affirming church. They are dually aligned with American Baptist and Alliance of Baptists. They say their fuller mission is that they're a Christian community of many cultures and one faith. Unified in our diversity and strengthened by the Holy Spirit, we gather together to worship, witness, and service, to glorify God and follow the example of Jesus, the Christ's inclusive love. In 2023, the church was vandalized by people expressing homophobic hate, and they responded with a rally for justice in the community, and a celebration of pride and speaking out.
Was the fire related to that? Was it there?
No, 2005. There was vandalism on the church steeple. They and expressions of hate that were offered, that were stated then. And for the past since February of 2024, they have been hosting ceasefire and Justice for Palestine vigils every Saturday at noon in the community. So that's what I wanted to offer to you about First Baptist Jamaica Plain. When I think of opportunities for partnership and promotion, we've been trying for 2 years, and we'll continue to seek opportunity to identify a Summer Passionary Institute intern. We thought we had one for 2023. The timing was not right for the candidate that they were considering, but we'll continue to pursue them. Community ministry, as I said, they are very much a community ministry church in partnership with others. And Daryn, I want to invite you, if there's anything else that you would like to share about either First Baptist or Ashley, we would welcome that. Yeah. As I said before, there's a strong commitment to multiculturalism and then a significant model of interfaith witness and collaboration.
May I share something?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is the church that ordained me into ministry, first of all. And Anna's husband, Michael Wolf, was also a student pastor at First Baptist JP. They do amazing work in the community and with the community, for the community. Oftentimes it's just a noticing of where the need in the community is, and then this very grassroots, let's pull whatever we have together to make this happen kind of effort, that then, by the power of the Holy Spirit, blossomed into amazing, beautiful things. So the food program that Lisa shared about earlier, really, they had meals that they would offer every week, twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays to the community, where anybody could come in and eat. And when COVID happened, that was disrupted. But it was very clear that the food insecurity problem existed, and now even more so was exacerbated by the pandemic. And so they did transform their community space. So the space that was in the picture of this slideshow right there, this is when they rebuilt from the fire. This part was not fully rebuilt. They actually don't have access to that space yet because they haven't raised the funds to have an elevator or accessibility to that space. So what they operate out of on a weekly basis is just a big community room. It's part of the finished portion of the building. And that community room serves as a daycare during the week, and also as their church space and as a meeting space for others in the community. Well, during COVID, that whole space became like a food hub. I mean, it was filled with groceries, fresh groceries that were donations from the community that people had procured from grocery stores, and anybody could sign up to come and pick up a box of produce that people would lovingly pack and offer. They also did a hot meals program, so you could also sign up for hot meals to be delivered to your home. If you couldn't get out for some reason, they would deliver groceries to your home. And then this has since, that effort, which filled that community space, which then grew larger than that community space could hold, so then they ended up in the sanctuary of a neighboring church. And then that has grown, even since COVID, into this full-out effort that the city of Boston has now recognized and wants to emulate across the city, to help service more folks that are living in food insecure places and spaces. And so they have a storefront now called the Center Food Hub that's right across from the T station where people can come in and get a $2 bag of groceries. They still do the grocery delivery for people who need grocery delivery. They still, they're partnering now with organizations like the YMCA and the mayor's office and other organizations that they have an Amazon, what used to be an Amazon building that's now being transformed into a place where people can come get food and where they can store food. Because one of the problems related to food insecurity is that when people have like farmers markets, there's a huge thing called Haymarket in Boston. It's a big farmers market, but at the end of the day, whatever food is left over from that farmers market has to go somewhere, it can't stay there, and they used to be just throwing it out. Well now, JP has a refrigerated van, so they can come collect pallets of food from the farmers market and take it to this Amazon warehouse that's stocked full of refrigerators where they can store food and then distribute food to places like the Food Hub and other points of food distribution. So this has become a major effort across the city of Boston. And I just, there it is, an article that just came out. The city of Boston put it out. The Center for Faith, Art, and Justice's impact on food insecurity in Boston. As soon as an electric refrigerated cargo van began operating, the amount of recovered fresh produce for food programs, including community pantry market and weekly community sit-down meals, increased by 40%. And I remember reading something like they're now able to provide, instead of 50,000 pounds of food, 85,000 pounds of food, to people who are in need of resources. And so I just, it really, this is an amazing, amazing effort. And this church and their heart is at the root of it. And your support of their efforts is allowing hundreds, if not thousands of people across the city of Boston to access the food that they need to survive on a